Now, let us begin the explanation of the story A Clump of Lilac. Presence of mind in everyday life and in the face of adversity enhances the zest for life. It makes challenges exciting and helps us to take the good and the bad in our stride. This story is about an army officer who draws a map. Green paint falls in one corner of the map by mistake. Can you guess how he hides it? Let us see.
As soon as his wife opened the door, Nikolai F. Grafovich Almasov, nicknamed Kolya, strode into the study without removing his overcoat or cap. His wife saw his gloomy face and understood that something unfortunate had happened.
Usually, when people come back home from their office or school or college, they change their uniform or dress. But here, the moment Almasov, the young military officer or army officer, when he came back home from his college, he strode in his study. Here, strode means he walked with long step, and study means a room which is used for reading and writing. He straightaway entered in his study room without even having lunch, without removing his overcoat or hat that he had put on. On that day, it was strange for his wife, Veera, to see Kolya. Children, when I say Kolya, in the process of explanation, I mean to Almasov, the young army officer. The moment she opened the door, Veera saw his gloomy face. Here, gloomy means sad face. If you are fired or shouted at in school, or if someone passes away, your face becomes or looks gloomy. You become extremely sad. Perhaps something unfortunate. Here, unfortunate means bad thing had happened with Almasov. His wife Veera was able to make out something really unfortunate, bad thing had happened with her husband Kolya. We will see what was the bad thing that had occurred or happened with Kolya in the next paragraph.
Almasov, the poor young officer, had just returned from the staff college. Today, he had shown his professor the last and the most difficult piece of practical work, a local map.
So, here, on that particular day, the young army officer, Kolya, had just come back from his staff college after he had shown his last and the most difficult practical work, a local map. After submitting, he had just come back from the college. What is staff college? Here, staff college is a college in which military officers are trained in a special way. He submitted his practical work. So, what happened? He has done his work. Was it rejected by professor, or was Kolya asked to do that work again, and therefore he was extremely sad? Perhaps I remember during my B.Ed study, one of my classmates' project on lesson plan was rejected by mentor, and others were accepted. It was the most difficult work to do. She was told to write again, which was taken 1 month for completing, and which was to be shown on vira. There were tears in her eyes. So something like that might have happened in Kolya's life too, as project on local map was the most difficult task to draw, and therefore perhaps Kolya was extremely sad, as the story tells us.
Until now, his examination had gone well, but only his wife knew the work he had to do. From the beginning, his entrance into the college had seemed almost impossible. For 2 years, he had tried to get through the examination, and it was only at the 3rd attempt that he had succeeded. Without his wife, he would never have found enough energy and would have given up. But Veera helped to keep his spirits high. She had learned to meet every failure with a clear, almost gay countenance.
Alright, so till Kolya got admission in staff college, he had lot of difficulties. He had even failed 2 times. But after he got admission in college, he had passed all his examinations. Everything was so good so far. he was able to do his examination very well. And why it happened so? It happened because of his wife, Veera. If he had not got his wife, Veera, he could have failed in the examination over and over again, and then he could have left the college, and hence Veera helped her husband Kolya to be happy. She knew very well how to handle the failure very well. With a gay countenance. Here, gay means with smiling face, and countenance means person's face. She was always happy to help her husband. When her husband failed, she didn't discourage him. She encouraged him with smiling face. She was very calm and quiet, just like even the Indian team lost match. The former captain Dhoni was just calm and quiet to handle the situation. He didn't react. He didn't get angry with the failure, but he handled the team with happy face, and so he was able to win the World Cup. He succeeded in his career just like that. Similar attitude is found in Veera also. She was very calm and quiet to handle the situation, and therefore she was able to make her husband success in examination in staff college.
She had gone without any luxuries in order to surround him with the modest comfort which was necessary for a man who was doing brain work. She copied his papers, drew his plan, read for him, and was generally a great help.
You know what? Kolya was doing the brain work. For this, somebody should be all around with him. Therefore, Veera never had luxuries like here. The word luxuries means expensive things. She never demanded for expensive thing from her husband. She knew that her husband was in need of comfort, as he was doing brain work, and so to give him comfort, she copied his papers, drew his plan, read for him, and thus Veera was really a great help for Kolya.